Hi guys, so I'm actually making a video in a relatively decent amount of time for once. That's improvement. First things first, my best friend recently started a vlog. She posted a video today, and it probably won't be today by the time I upload this one, but she posted a video, and I will put a link to her channel in the description below, and I might put a little link at the end of the video if I can figure out how to make that work. But she is Velocity Vlogs, and I'm not going to say her name because she didn't put her name in her video. Although if you were a good person and actually watched my previous videos, you might know her name. Because I don't remember if I said her name or not in that one. I probably did. So, go find that if you want to. Okay, now that that's out of the way, that was first priority. I actually have something to say in this video, and I'm not a big writer, but I recently, 7 weeks ago, I started writing a little book thing, and haven't written much since that, but I'm going to read it to you, and hopefully I won't be embarrassed. There was a knock on the door. One of the children rushed to answer it, but Anya stopped him. "Not today, dear. Today is special. Go ahead and take everyone else upstairs, and don't come down until I call you, okay?" The boy paused, opening his mouth to ask a question. Anya raised an eyebrow, and the boy seemed to shrink, turning to do her bidding. Anya took a deep breath to prepare herself, moving towards the door. There again, an impatient knock. Anya grabbed the handle, forcing a smile and opening the door. She was met with a knife at her throat. A raspy voice came from inside the cloaked figure. Attached to the knife. "I have come for the children. Take me to them, now." Anya paled. Turning, she stiffly walked toward the stairs. The man followed. Anya was thinking fast, trying to come up with a way to save them, or at least hide what happened. She smirked. Faking the fear now, she led him to where the children would have gone. She opened the door and stepped aside for him to pass. She assumed a cheerful persona. "You're going on a trip, my lovelies. No need to pack anything. All you need will be provided. Just follow this kind fellow out." She smiled warmly at them. The man had skillfully hid his knife, and he beckoned to them invitingly. "Come along, cuties. I have fun waiting for you," he cooed. Anya went to the back of the room, making sure none of them were left behind. They started filing out of the room, the older children herding the smaller ones, or carrying them. Heading down the stairs and out the door, there was a cart and a horse waiting for them. The cloaked figure helped the small children into the cart while Anya watched from the doorway. Her brow was furrowed, thoughts racing. How do I hide it? The cart was pulling away, children waving. Anya smiled, waving back at them, but it was forced. She turned away, closing the door behind her. She grinned, chuckling to herself. Good night. Zare groaned and let his head fall onto the open necromancy book. Samad slapped him upside the head with a large, hardback book, causing Zare to wince, sitting up straight. "Study! That's what you're here for, you insolent youth." "Sorry, master," mumbled Zare, looking down. His head throbbed. He scowled, knowing there would be a lump the next morning. God, Samad is so abusive. Why did my parents send me to him? Samad whacked him with his staff. "I know what you're thinking, worthless scum. If you'd actually read the books I give you, you might eventually learn how, so hop to it." Samad's voice was gravelly and, frankly, rather obnoxious. He wasn't very tall, but he was an incredibly daunting figure, with piercing green eyes and sharp features. He carried himself with power, strength radiating from him. Zare, on the other hand, was young and spry, tall and wiry. He had a shaggy mop of dark brown hair that he always let grow too long, and his stormy blue eyes seemed to grip your soul. He had a narrow, yet kind face, ears that were too large, and a nose that was too small. Zare cursed under his breath, plopping his elbows on the table and resting his chin on his hands. He began reading again, the dry and seemingly uninformative textbook, boring him nearly to tears. Samad tossed a dusty, smallish sorcery book onto the table, causing Zare to go into a coughing fit. "You will have those books read and memorized by the end of the week. Is that clear?" Samad glared down at Zare, refusing any backtalk. "Yes, master." Zare shrank at the thought. "By the end of this week? Is he nuts? That's 3 days. I'll never be able to do it." This time, though, he was careful enough to guard his thoughts, managing to avoid even more homework. You have an hour here to study. After that, you will be mucking out the stables, scrubbing the leach tank spotless, cleaning all the shelves, scrubbing and polishing the floors, and cleaning the kitchen. If it isn't all done, you will have a longer list tomorrow. Zari kept himself calm, knowing that if he was shocked, he'd be given even more to do. Samad left the room. Zari glanced out the window. Sunset was nearly upon them. He was in for a long night. Valdemar frowned, thinking of Anya's actions, the obvious fear and the immediate compliance, unlike her. The children in the cart were chattering incessantly, obviously excited. Valdemar grit his teeth, ready to kill them all and be done with it, but there was a ritual, and he wasn't about to disobey his orders. The children started laughing, a high-pitched whine. Enough was enough. "Shut up, all of you!" His voice was deep and rough, dark even. The children were quiet. The children went quiet, shrinking away from Valdemar. He settled back in his seat, whipping the horse faster. He was going to get there today, if it took him 5 horses to do it. Anya took nothing except her cloak and her money. She had rearranged the house so that if there were any charred remnants, they wouldn't leave evidence. She chuckled as she poured alcohol all over the floorboards, coating the house with the flammable liquid. When the sunset blared to life is when she started the fire. She let it catch on her cloak, blackening a corner of the fabric. Then she vanished, heading in the direction of the town. Zari was asleep before his head hit the pillow, and to him, it felt like 2 seconds later when Samad dumped a bucket of ice-cold water on him. So yeah, that's what I have started. I should probably write more on it at some point and actually go somewhere with it and maybe make the little sections longer. I don't know, I really like the idea because they're all going to be antagonists and they're all serving a bigger antagonist that the point of view is never seen. I don't know. It's going to be very complicated and hard on my poor little brain. But yeah, it's that. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and I will put the link to Velocity's channel in the description below.